Yes, welcome back to my channel, everybody. All of you followers of NetStarz Live. This is another review of PowerBook 4. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can keep up with the series.
It's always good running into old friends.
So Tommy has done exactly what I thought he should do when we were watching the end of episode 1, where I stated Tommy has everything he needs now. He has the woman. He already done clapped those boots. You know what I'm saying? He got him a pad. He got him a connect. He got not really a connect, but a network of people that he can, do his thing with. He's already making lots of side moves, side hustles, generating cash, getting, his name out there. And lo and behold, he does exactly what I said he should do. Now he's going to get some product with the reintroduction of a blast from the past. Yes, it's that crazy bitch from the Hernandez cartel, Leanna, and she has more than a scar on her face, bringing back some history. She also has the goods. Now, whether they can see the difference between each other from their past, because right off the bat, Leanna is become aware that Tommy is back in town. They are telling her about some white boy in a blue Mustang who's going around cracking heads, making noise, and making his presence felt. And right off the bat, she realizes it's Tommy. Meanwhile, as Tommy and her get reintroduced, the club, or should I say the restaurant, his brother gets hit. It gets hit heavily, as you've seen. They were pulling out real issue to get down. And so JP, who is sick and tired of all the madness, he reaches out to Tommy. Knowing that Tommy is a G, he has to know, why would he call me? Yes, they're half brothers and all that, but even still, you don't just reach out to your half brother on some shit like this unless you know he's a G. Tommy, who was sitting back at the spot looking at the city thinking of his master plan, was taken back, but he rushed right over there with the quickness, with his game face on, and he was on go. So JP explains to him, look, man, they hit the club 2 or 3 times, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, man, because this financial stuff is mounting up. And so Tommy takes that cue and says, hey, man, I got something for you, dude. I got something for you. You can get you some money. Throws him 10 bands. And although JP was a little bit hesitant, he did take the money ultimately because he wanted to make sure that the club kept going, that the restaurant kept going. And it's a nice little spot. So Tommy, who's always, looking to expand his business ventures, jumps on the invitation also to be part of JP's life and help him keep that foundation there. Like I said, Tommy's looking to set up his command post, his living quarters and whatnot, and he scopes out a place for future reference. Meanwhile, him and Mr. Flynn are still trying to get to know each other, which is kind of crazy because they're not really wanting to work with Tommy, and Vic is skeptical. And not only that, he knows that Tommy is hitting the britches off his female, so they're all raised eyebrows about working with Tommy. But Tommy is just making noise. He's making his way into everybody's domain, their business ventures, the streets, all that. Tommy is a mover and shaker. So, meanwhile, back at the club, well, I will call it the barbershop, where Ice is getting to know his fam a little better, Jannard, and starting to try to put it together. But there is a struggle. You can already see the struggle beginning to develop, the power struggle. Denard is from the new school, and Ice is old school, an OG, and Denard wants to bring on the young guns. Ice is like, man, they hotter than fish grease. I don't know if that's a good look. I like to go slow but sure. And Denard is like, man, we need these cats. They put work in. They're good for the team and whatnot. And it's kind of a shoulder shrug by Ice, but ultimately they did get to hang around, as we'll see later on in the episode. So, with that being said, we need to make sure that we keep track of these two right here, because a rift is already beginning to ensue between the two. It's not a good look. It's like, I personally don't know why Denard did not just establish from the rip that he was the one to be in charge. But later on in the episode, we'll see there's going to be a challenge to who's in charge, which is a nice piece because we all need to figure it out. His team needs to figure it out. So meanwhile, Tommy is, still doing his work on the streets, and he's making all of the right moves. Let's just say all of the right moves, from the connects to the people, and even who he just stumbles across. Like I said, he meets up with his past, and she has the drop on him. She's right there, and Tommy's like, I know who this is. Okay. But they both are under the misunderstanding of why each one is there. They don't realize that it's just really by chance. And she found out through word of mouth that he was back in town. And that's why she got him, because she thought he was there to finish the job from the old power days. And they go at it. But Tommy does have more go in him. And so, fortunately for her, the police came by and they put a stop to the ruckus, and she moved on. She's like, I will be around. So, here we go with our girl, Gloria, crushing all the figures in the neighborhood. She, like I said, Gloria ain't no joke. And she's trying to let Vic down, trying to let him down lightly, but he is not giving up. He is sprung. Like I said, Gloria must got some bomb. All I know is he's trying to keep her around. He's ready to give up the mob and everything. And she's like, that ain't going to happen, man. They're going to come looking for you. They're going to make sure that this doesn't happen. And as we're going to find out, Big Daddy Walter is going to come pay her a visit later on in the episode, which is going to be more important to the way that she feels. She really doesn't see a future with Vic, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Vic is determined he won't get back the key to the spot. He told her to change the locks, all of that. And she's like, oh, wow. So now we got connections being made. Tommy shows up at the barbershop. From the earlier incident of when he put the business down at the drug dealing meeting and walked off with the work, Tommy comes back to the barbershop and introduces himself officially to Ice and says, look, man, I got your work and I got your money. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, Denard's in the background with a halfway haterish ass sneer like, what are you doing? So Tommy gives back all of the money and the work, and he shakes a hand and makes a friend. That's a boss move. See, what he's doing is he's investing in a bigger picture later. So as Tommy makes his move out the door, he is confronted by one of the goons. And he's like, what, you want to get down? You want to do this? Tommy has no backup in him. He's all go. And at that point, the young goons come in and they pull a strap out. Everybody's got a strap out. And Tommy's like, I came to make friends, not to push it to the end. And this is where we see the power struggle beginning between Jannard and Ice. They only listen to Jannard, and that upsets Ice internally. You could see that. So he walks out the door with Tommy. And it is at this point, when they hit the corner, that some of Ice's past roll up on him, and they put the bags over their head and kidnap him. Now, Tommy, being a G that he is, he always makes a clown situation of the whole thing. And so while they're letting them know what the plan is, these guys, they don't want revenge. Not at this point. They want money. So they can't make moves. The town is burning up. They're hot as fish grease. And so what they do is they come in with a scheme to move their product and let them know that Ice, you will be moving the goods. Diamond, you will be moving the goods. And Diamond is like, I don't need to. That's not me, but he has no choice. And they threaten to keep Tommy as a hostage. But at this moment, Diamond makes his mind up that yes, this is going to be my guy. And he tells him, I ain't going nowhere without him. We came in together and we leaving together. Say that then. You feel me? I like that. He made a choice based on what it was that he's seen. And so we know that these guys work for Rojas, who is still locked up. And they are putting down the plan. They're like, the plan is in motion, and it's going to go with Diamond. Nobody really knows about who Tommy is. His secret is really, really well kept. In fact, we all know that Tommy died in the Power series in a mysterious car accident. Allegedly. Obviously, he didn't. Here he is in Chicago. So, Diamond's questioning Tommy, like, man, we know you ain't the police. You know, what is it that you really want, man? And we already know what Tommy wants. Tommy wants a piece of the town. He wants to put a jewel in his crown, and he wants some money in his pocket. Salute to you, Tommy. Go get it. And the beautiful part is that Diamond is willing to work with him. And the question comes up, is that going to be a problem with Tommy? And Tommy's like, let's find out. So, sliding into this, Tommy is here talking to one of the boss ladies. This one, I believe, she is a reporter and an investigator, and she's just trying to do what she does, which is crime investigations in the town. Meanwhile, a call's being put in from their contact within the police department. It's a FaceTime. I believe they're letting them know about some possible heat that's coming, but that will not be revealed to these two characters until a little bit later when they almost get caught up in the crossfire. Tommy and his guys. So Tommy and them are out there on the clock. They got Diamond's brother, Jannard, held hostage. So they got to move these products. So the first stop they go see is the Jews, and they are making moves. And there's a little tense situation because they're on the clock, and it's taking long because, of course, the Jews being the G's that they are, they want to test it because they don't know who's who. Now, this guy's passing out pastries with a with a doggone hatchet, and he don't look like he's really no joke, but he definitely will make you into lamb chops. So Diamond comes in trying to scope out what's taking Tommy so long because the Jewish is in the back testing out the product. They remove this, they get up out of it, the product comes back A1, and they duck out. Meanwhile, Claudia is trying to keep it in Big Daddy Walter Flynn's ear about they really need to make moves. Claudia has been experimenting with drugs. We know that. She's using it in her sex life and making it so that it's like really something that's going on in the town and the network. And she keeps getting put down by her daddy, like, stay in your place, stay working the books and taking care of me. But she's going to make her own moves anyway. So, at the next drop, Tommy comes in to the Asian spot. Now, mind you, not everybody's like this, but these Asians are geeked on their own product. And as Tommy comes in, he's like, what the fuck? He comes into a full operating trap house and comes in and gives the boy the product. And the boy, first thing he does is open it up and takes his sniff and falls out. Tommy has to reach in his pockets to get his money. Meanwhile, outside, Diamond is waiting for him, and he gets pulled up on some racist ass police. I won't say racist, I'll just say some profiling police who are a little trigger happy, and he's getting the business, and Tommy comes out in the nick of time, and the police's demeanor changes 100% from homeboy to hey bro. He got the bro attitude back on, and put the homeboy shooter away and said, okay, everything's good. And we all know Tommy's paperwork comes back 100% clear once he reads the title and all that, because the Tommy that we all know from Power is dead. We have a whole new background, which is squeaky clean. So they ride off and they go to the next stop. They're on their way, and at this point, Diamond is just expressing his stress on how this is affecting him. It's just affecting him. He can't stand it that the police is the same with the same bullshit, with the homeboy attitude and the bro attitude. There's two differences, and both of them are police angles. But as you know, the homeboy attitude doesn't usually end up well for the homeboys. So, with that being said, they are able to collect themselves and move on to the next drop. I believe that they get a call, and it's understood that they have to hurry up and bring the money in. Time's up and whatnot. So they come to make the money drop, and they are greeted by red beams everywhere. And as you can see from this picture, they got red beams all on their chest, and there's their boy. There's the one who went on ahead and pulled the gun on Tommy, and Tommy backed him in the head with his chin when he was tied up, and he said, "I'm in this now." And that's when Tommy made real points with Diamond. So they bring the money in, and they bring the brother down, and he's released. This is the part that kind of gets me, though. They weren't really, the writers never really showed how they got onto Gennard. I think that's going to be something that's going to be revealed later. How did they get onto Gennard? How did they capture Gennard? They never showed that in the footage. And then to top up, then all of a sudden he's kidnapped, and they want them to sell their work. Scratching my head on that one, but we'll see. I believe there's something coming down the line about Gennard's involvement with these guys. So Ghost and Diamond are definitely, rethinking all of the acts that have transpired. And I say Ghost, I mean Tommy. He's got it in his mind that I need to just keep reestablishing my family ties and whatnot there. So he goes back to see JP, and he gives JP some more money, and he's at the grandma's house, and they're revisiting the furniture that they all used to sit on as kids and everything. And they realize they have a whole lot of common fabric between them. In fact, JP shows him a video of him as a boy from Kate, his mom. And everybody's scratching their head like, damn, Kate, you just did that to your son, just left him. And he never really got to know her until we know As in Power, where he was always giving her work and giving her money and all that. But that's all the extent of the relationship. But JP was like, man, I would have never did that to my kid. And explains that he has a son, which we know now is D-Mac. But I'm not quite sure that they're aware of each other to that extent. All we know is that in the storyline, there's going to be some more to it. I only know that that is going to be the case. So, moving along. Right now, we're at the point where if we find that all the product has been moved, and that they have made all of the drops, Tommy has been keeping track of everything, you know? And it's brought up to the point where, like, look, man, I see you peeping moves, peeping game, and I know what it is with you. Something's gonna, ultimately, you're looking like you're tracking my town. You're trying to copy the blueprint, and Tommy's letting them know, like, yeah, man, I got plans. Don't hate. I got plans. And the thing about Tommy is if you work with Tommy, there's only a couple different avenues to go. He catches up with the two individuals that kidnapped him, and they meet their demise. What I plan on doing here somewhere between this episode and the next episode, is we're going to keep a body count for Tommy since he's hit Chicago. Because he's putting in work. He is putting in work. And he's definitely got a body count. So he comes back to the barbershop and he shows old boy's rag. And it's like, man, take notes. One less person we have to worry about. Salute to Tommy. You're a G, man. So Vic is outside stalking. He's stalking Gloria's spot. And, of course, he sees Tommy and Gloria getting all snuggly and kissy-facey. And he has the bitter beer face about the whole thing. He is so sprung off of Gloria. And Tommy is making his move. Tommy's like, I don't care about your past. None of that shit. She tries to tell him about it. He's like, don't. And she says, but there's a guy. And he says, there always is. That's a classic line. I'm going to have to ride that one, Tommy. Soon as they say, well, there's somebody else, I'm going to say, there always is. Tommy's a G, man. He is a player. So Vic Flynn sees that Tommy is all in with the female, Gloria, and he checks out of there sulking and sour-faced about the whole situation. But it still ain't going to stop them from making money. That's what I like a lot about this shit. There's not no little female jealousies and all that. It's understood. It is what it is. So Tommy's moving on. He's sitting up here right now trying to figure out, the rest of the town, who the real character is going to be. Is he going to be able to work with the Flynn's? If not, let me just do my own thing. And so he goes back and he gets the spot. He tells the boy at the door, and this is another boss move. He just hands him about 10 racks and says, man, act like you don't remember me. And the boy says, I got a good memory. And he hands him another rack. And the boy says, I'm going to go get my toothbrush. And Tommy says, go buy a new one. And pulls out the hammer. And Tommy moves in and he starts mapping out the town. And he has his girl, Rihanna, there. And she is the one that's going to have to figure out real talk. But what I like about her is she's about the money. She is about the money, and her and Tommy are sitting up there mapping it out. They make a decision. At first, the split was going to be 70-30. She's like, no, I like her, man. She's a boss. She's a boss lady. You know what I'm saying? She's like, my shit's up in this. I'm putting work in, and I need to be, it's got to be 50-50. And Tommy agrees. Boss move by Tommy. Yes, she has the product, and you got the muscle. Let's get it done. But Tommy already knows about the insignia, that once he had caught up with her and found the product, he was going to kill her, and he kicked in the floor, accidentally trying to smash her head, and he found the product with the insignia, and he knows that it comes from them Mendes people, and he's like, yes, I love meeting up with old friends. Tommy's a fucking fool. He just like, he has a fucking what they call it, addiction to the drama and all of the shit that comes with it. So, and most of the time it means you're gonna end up dead. So Tommy has the product, and now he's got his own product to move, but he also knows that there's association with this product, and that he's trying to find out from her, is there going to be some issues? But Tommy always has his radars on, and he makes sure that he stays up to speed with all of that. He's not going to let it go down without him knowing about who all the players are, and that insignia tells him a lot. She had 10 keys to that shit. So, with that being said, he's on go, but he is going to move that shit and get the money. So, that will lead us into episode 3. I want you all to pay attention to episode 3 as Tommy gets loose in Chi-Town and starts making his own money with his with his partner, Brianna, whom comes from the past, but he definitely cannot sleep with one eye around her. So with that being said, in conclusion, thank you for watching episode 2 to recap. This is your boy NetStarz, and I'm out.